Ho, 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 and welcome to this snowy evening. Merchants down the line. To my left, your right, we've got Coach Ben Berg, skipper of the 2023 Carroll Merchants. And to his left, I guess, sire, Rod Berg, director of VP of Player Personnel. Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Just found it in. Parked sled dogs out back.
You bet.
We barely got up the slope, but we made it.
That's good. It's tricky out there. Just wait till the wind starts to blow.
That's right.
Anybody could take a yard, even me, your dad. In a win like that. Anyway, we're here tonight talking Merchants baseball. We got 16 of you tuned in right now. Hopefully that means more. Watching at home. I don't know what else you'd be doing tonight besides sitting in the bar. But anyway, we're going to talk a little Merchants baseball. Talk with Rod first, and we're going to get to Ben, talk about the 2023 season coming up, and talk a little bit about Ben's history as well as Rod. So sit back, tune in, have yourself a nice beverage, and we'll get right down to it. So, Rod, you've been with the Merchants just like me here just over a year. We got our inaugural season out of the way in an official capacity. What do you think of the 2022 season?
Well, I thought for the first year, I thought it went pretty well. I think we had a relatively solid team. We had a little more or less time to recruit than we did this year, so it was kind of a rush since we just found out that we were going to be in the Mink League. What was it, a little after Thanksgiving. So Ben will get into more of what we've got for this year, but last year's team we had to kind of throw together pretty quickly, but we had a couple guys did a good job putting that together and got a decent core of players. And I think we just, in the end, we underperformed a little bit on the pitching side of things, and so we're hoping to turn that around this year.
In the previous episodes, I don't know, hopefully some of you loyal fans out there have been watching, but we've been kind of preaching that the pitching is the challenge part, and trying to find guys on the strike zone and coaches that are allowing guys to come out and pitch kind of late of the year. I'm still waiting for my contract. I'd accept a 15-day Merchants contract, but I don't know where that is. Ben will get to that here in a little bit, but no, I think all in all, back in the league, I thought it was a good year all the way around. We had good kids. We kept them all out of jail. I know we've made some comments at the end of the year about, college kids and what college males like to do around town, but nonetheless, that won't happen on your watch, will it?
No way. No, we're recruiting a lot of high caliber, high character kids. So
why?
Good players and good people.
Okay.
Good players and good people.
But how are we doing on the recruiting trail? Where are we sitting at right now? I know we were at 25 here or 22 here a little bit ago.
Yeah, so Ben will get into that a little bit more. I'm not sure exactly the numbers, but all the position players or position spots have been filled. We're just looking at finishing up the pitchers side of the roster, and I think there's 8 of them that have been signed with signed contracts, and then 5 that have verbally committed, but we don't have their contracts back yet. So
Nathan
Buckaloo.
That's a Nebraska name, isn't it?
Johnston, Iowa, Nate.
Yep, Buck, you're welcome to come. We'll give you a day stint.
You gotta be able to throw at least 72 though. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make that work.
72 in the NAIA.
Yeah, the shoulder's a little bit locked up from what I hear nowadays, but
you don't even need to wear catcher's mitt for him.
Exactly. I catch barehanded last year when he was in the game. So
well, what is that on Major League 2? You get a piece of it. I'll let you rename it. We don't need to get into names of that right now. But
he's out.
Never mind.
He's out. He's out. Can't break a pane of glass.
So, Rod, let's go into kind of your family history a little bit. The Berg name is a name that's been synonymous with baseball in Iowa for a long time. Why?
I think that's kind of a stretch. But
okay. I just built you up.
Yeah.
Built your brother Ryan up a little bit, and here you just tear me down.
Well, we've always been a baseball family. I can say since I was a young kid, we had a lot of baseball games out in our backyard. growing up, and just kind of was always instilled in me. And I guess that kind of rubbed off on my kids, and that's kind of continued the tradition. So yeah, what else do you want to know?
Did you play anywhere then?
I did. I played at Central College in Pella.
Okay.
So
You get that loan
shout
paid
out
off
to
yet?
the Dutch.
Get that loan paid off yet down there?
Barely, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
wasn't cheap, but we got her done, and it was a good place to play baseball.
Absolutely. That's one thing people look at me now. You got a couple years on me, but people never guess that I played college ball either. You know, I gave my freshman 200 during COVID, but nonetheless, I think part of that's my wife's cooking for that. But anyway, nonetheless, no, you know, I don't know how your experience was in a 4-year school. I'm sure, you know, we have some years between us, but I played junior college. That was quite different. You know, you didn't have that chance to kind of build relationships. It just seems like you were there, got ingrained into the program, and the next year they're already turning the page, and what you performed. So I kind of always regret that, but I got a little too banged up, but drank a little too much beer. But anyway, so played 4 years, and then what? You took a job up in Austin, Minnesota.
I did. I took a job in Austin, Minnesota, and when I was up there, my wife will give me grief if she's watching, but I played, I umpired, and I coached. And once we started having our kids, which was right away when we moved up there, she's like, "You got to stop doing one of them." So I was like,
Kids?
"Hey, bonus, it's only one." She's asked me to drop one. So I stopped playing and kept coaching and umpiring. So
Okay. Now your oldest son,
Bryce,
he's with the Twins organization, correct?
he's a hitting coordinator. He's going into his 4th year with the Twins. He started off, his first year was COVID year, and then the second year he was a hitting coach in Cedar Rapids for their high A team, and then the past year was a hitting coordinator, and he'll be a hitting coordinator again for all the minor league Twins teams. He's over all the hitting coaches at the minor league level.
Okay. Where's Casey at?
Casey's in Colorado Springs, and he just landed a high school coaching job at Rampart High School in Colorado Springs. So he's getting geared up to coach his first year with that team. So,
and shout out to our 2022 alumni, Kyle Berg. That's also one of the Berg boys here. Angie, I'm sorry, you had a hell of an upbringing bringing these 4 boys up and then time off Rob. But how's Kyle doing?
Good. He's in his junior year at Concordia, and Ben's in his final year there. So got 2 boys on that team. Looking forward to spring games down in Florida this year, and some games in Oklahoma City and Joplin and a couple other places down south here at the end of February. So
What's that like playing with a brother? You only not did it in high school. You got to do it in college, can't he? Can't Kyle go out and do his own damn thing in life?
I know, right? I thought I might lose him there for a bit, but no, it's been cool. It's something that not a lot of people get to do, so it's a very unique experience. He's actually my roommate, which I wish wasn't the case, but
not in the same room, in the same house.
Yeah,
so.
same housemate. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a unique experience. We've gotten a lot closer than we were in high school because of it. But yeah, it's definitely, we're still brothers.
So when the Ryan Dupik, Coach Dupik out there, shout out, Ryan. I don't know if you're watching.
I don't know if he knows how to work Facebook. So.
I doubt it.
Well, if he's on YouTube or whatever, Ryan, give a shout out to your dad. I used to umpire with him and Wayne a little bit, so always good to see Rick when our paths cross. But you must have been a good role model if all of a sudden he was coming right after his brother.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, it was cool. He was deciding between a couple different places, and decided to come to Concordia, which was sweet. And it's, like I said, been a really unique experience to be able to play with a brother and be coached by Bryce for a year and a half when he was at Concordia as well. So it's been really cool, and it makes travel easy on my parents, so they don't have to split up every weekend. They can just come to the same place, and we're always at the
Does
same
make
spot.
that easier for sure.
Because they're not running 2 different ways.
Yeah.
But there is a problem.
What's that?
It's Nebraska.
Yeah, this might be a hot take. I might catch some heat for this.
Don't
but,
say it. No,
but Western Iowa and Eastern Nebraska are 95% the same thing.
In what
Yes, thank you, Ron.
The people, the geography, the I'm telling you, I lived in Carroll for 18 years. I've lived in Seward for 5 years. There's not much difference.
Well, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But I know where he's going with it. He's anti-Husker, so
Yeah,
which we are too.
I'm no Husker fan. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, if
that's
Tate Johnson are
that's the
watching.
big difference.
Screw the Huskers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I got
Thank
that
you.
piece out of
Yeah,
the way.
yeah. Screw the Huskers. Yep. Anybody out there watching, you can send our responses to I don't give a care at carrollmerchants.com. Anyway, let's move on a little bit from our Nebraska. We got our jobs in there to our neighbors to the west, but they're still waiting on a coach. Actually, what, we're paying 3 coaches still? But anyway, soon to be 4. But nonetheless, so you came to Austin, Minnesota, manufactured Spam.
I did. Made Spam for probably a year and a half.
What the hell is Spam?
You don't want to know.
Stuff posing as meat.
You don't want to know. Spiced ham is how it got the name Spam. SP for spiced and AM for ham.
Okay. You know, we were up, speaking of Austin, we were up when I played for the Spencer Cardinals amateur ball. Different level, clear back then, 10 years ago, but we were invited to that Spam Town tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Up in Austin, and we were the only Iowa team up there, which amateur baseball and it's completely different than Merchants. We were amateur ball back then. We had guys that were in their 35 playing. A lot of fun, a lot of beer drink. I don't know if it's the most quality reps as a college athlete, but
No, but you still got a bats in. I played for the Spencer Cardinals too when I was a junior in college. So spent a year at the Lakes and played for the Cardinals.
was Jeff Mart?
Jeff Mart was the coach.
Was he? Yeah, Jeff.
Rest his soul.
Yeah, God, great
Great
guy.
guy.
Great guy. We could go on about Jeff Mart for a long time, but devoted a lot of his life to the Cardinals.
Yep.
He really did.
He did.
But, well, Jeff, if you're watching us, I'm sure you are. Thank you for everything. But anyway, we're up there in Austin, and Jeff was coaching us that year, as always. And we kind of got in a little hot water with, we played Austin themselves, and we got ran out of town pretty good that Sunday afternoon. So we were 0-3 in the tournament that weekend, but had a lot of fun, drank a lot of beer. The way we went.
Austin has a lot of the similar tradition in baseball as Carroll does. Kind of a similar stadium if you played at the stadium.
Yes, yep, we did.
Down by the river. So, yeah,
Yep.
very similar old style bleachers, that whole piece and similar dimensions of field. And it was a nice place to play when I was there. So,
do they have summer ball up there in Austin? I know that when Albert Lee was in the league.
it's Legion baseball for high school. Their high school season is in the spring, believe it or not. I remember multiple years umpiring there, and there's a pile of snow still back behind the stadium.
Oh, really?
That they had pushed out from the parking lot that hadn't melted yet. Because they started playing in March, as
Yeah,
long as there was no snow on the field.
I
And
guess they would.
so, yeah, and then they play Legion baseball in the summer, and that's what I helped coach. So we played probably 50 Legion games in the summer, their summer season.
So wide variety of baseball, well experienced. Let's talk into umpires a little bit. As many of you don't know, Rod is now taking on the role of assigning umpires for the Mink, or not for the Mink League, but for the Carroll Merchants. Before it was,
I'm helping, not the only one in charge of that. So
what he's saying is, if someone screws up, it's not him; it's somebody else. But many of you don't know, umpires in the league last year were assigned through an arbiter system. They call it arbiter. We're fortunate enough to get some pretty decent umpires up here, just from you, the fans, creating a positive experience. They love coming up here. Usually our coaches are respectful.
Do my best.
Okay. Turning red.
I'm a
Is there a story?
catcher. I'm a catcher.
Yeah, but we're the worst
I've always
ones.
had a good relationship with umpires.
We always harassed. Unless
he
your
has
dad's
to have a
umpire.
good relationship with umpires.
And so anyway, this year Rod's taking on the role. Hopefully that leads to continuation of quality of the umpires we get. I don't think it will. I mean, I think it will. I don't think it'll be a problem, is what I was saying.
Yeah, we're going to try and I've already sent emails out to a lot of the guys that umpired last year that we felt were quality umpires to come back. And so gotten a few responses, but, and then we'll turn that over and it'll go through arbiter again through the Mink League as soon as they get that set up. But yeah, I don't see it being a problem.
We can't play baseball without umpires. Do you think we will have an issue getting? I know high schools are having issues with it. Some colleges are. Do you think we will have an issue at Carroll, or do you think Carroll will trump everybody and say, hell yeah, we're going to go to Carroll and we're going to work?
As far as just getting umpires
Yes.
with the numbers dwindling, I think a lot of it really kind of rolls into scheduling, and because we have high school baseball here, there's a lot of guys that I think that I've sent emails out to that haven't responded yet because they maybe don't have their high school schedule locked in yet. So I think that'll play a part, but we didn't have a problem last year getting guys. I mean, for the most part, the guys that we did have come here are within 2 hours. So I think there was a couple guys out of Omaha, a couple guys like in the Des Moines area and Roland Story area. So I don't see it being a problem.
Okay, well, that's good. You know, you and I could always get back there and work a game.
I did do one game last year to fill in because they didn't have
What?
somebody backed out. So I did do that, but
All
I'm
right,
probably
all right,
not
all right,
going
all
to
right.
be option in on that this year with Bonehead coaching here. Probably wouldn't be a good move.
So wait a minute. You're on the board. You're umpiring games,
I umpired one game,
and your son was playing,
correct. He didn't.
and
play
now
that
your
game.
other son is going to be the skipper.
Like I said, that's probably why I wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't want to have to kick my own kid out of a game. That'd be bad.
You know, the funny thing, that'd be actually kind of funny, actually, to think about it. Christmas time would be kind of interesting.
We could actually plan that maybe.
That would be kind
Be
of
a little
entertaining.
entertaining.
Right up
Yeah,
his
it would
street.
be.
Yeah.
We could do that. Kind of like, what was that, Philadelphia chicken? No.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind kicking dirt on me.
That'd be quite the entertainment. We might have to think about that. A game
Yeah.
gets out of hand, and we'll let Rod know down there at headquarters that hey, this is a staged act. But he's got to umpire first. In order for him to umpire, he's got to have LASIK. So
Yeah, he umpired our fall games a little bit the last couple of years, and it's pretty rough.
Oh boy, here we go.
If Tate Johnson's out there watching, he'll comment in and tell us how bad.
Tate
Yeah,
and Wade
he's
Council too. They're both whining about plays at the plate that they were definitely what I called, and they didn't like it.
what were you umping from the mound?
Nope.
Okay,
Full
well, that's
year.
a start.
Yeah, full year.
Full
behind the dish.
Had a great look at all of them and got them all right.
Hey, that's the main thing. Sell your call. Be honest with it.
That's right.
Funny thing is, I kind of got a little carried away there with that. But Pat McAfee show this week was talking about the NFL, how there's speculation that there's some points rigging for Vegas, a little bit like that. I'm not buying into the whole thing yet, but if you are a what do you call that? Conspiracy theorist. Thank you. There's some evidence though, but I don't know.
You can always spin things whatever way
However
you
you
want
want
it to be.
Just like me, I hit 345-foot jacks and still hit it out at the foul pole because we played in a deep yard field. But that's what kept me from playing Division I baseball. If anybody wants to know. Anyway, well, Rod, you've been a great guest. You're going to still stay on here and talk with Ben here, but we're going to transition to gear and get everybody else what they came here. You're going to come back on later this year. We're going to do a roster reveal.
Okay.
So you'll be kind of busy, but if we can, we'll try to remote actually you and Ryan and Ricard if we can make that work. I think we can. I think we got it's just a matter of finding a date, Matt, and just kind of talking about a few guys, not tipping our hats too much, and well, the weather starts to turn nice. But
You bet.
so, were you born in Minnesota then?
No, born in Carolina.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that the number one question on his application?
Whether he was born in Iowa or not,
Yeah.
I don't think that was a prerequisite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anything's better than Minnesota. But Ryan, if you're listening out there, which I know you do sometime, you and Amber, but I can mess around with these guys a little bit more, but we'll have our share here coming up in January. But also, if you read the ticker, Ryan, I don't know if you're watching, but if you read the ticker, it does say you need to send up warm temperatures this week, even though those warm temperatures are only about 10 degrees higher than we're going to get. Otherwise, you're not invited to Carroll. We're kidding on that. But anyway, so catcher all your life.
Pretty much. Yep.
What they always say, catchers make the best skippers. Why do you feel that way?
Yeah. I think there's kind of a built-in leadership aspect to that. They call the position, right? The field general, you get to see everything. So there's always just kind of that built-in leadership. People look to you. You have to command the pitching staff, and I think those kind of skills translate over to coaching relatively well. Hopefully, at least.
You better find it, man, here in the next 4 or 5 months. Otherwise, anyway. So you play any other positions besides catcher?
Actually, when I played for the Merchants, I was a third baseman most of the summer.
Okay.
So I remember Cody Williams was our coach that summer. Came up to me about 3 or 4 days in, said we're kind of short at third base, and he asked me if I'd ever played infield. I played shortstop my senior year of high school.
Okay.
Pitched a little bit. I kind of played a little bit everywhere, but mostly catcher for most of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
You know-
I just saw Shane Sapp. Shout out Shane. We could use you as a left-handed whip on the mound, baby. I
Yeah.
remember your stuff. You can make it happen. You might not hit 70, but maybe 55. Might be a good change of pace when we bring a 95-mile-an-hour guy out and throw you up there.
Was it Mark Grace for the Diamondbacks after he left the Cubs? Didn't they bring him in and were down like 17-0? And didn't he record like 2 strikeouts in that?
There was something that he did pitch.
Could we tie up a roster spot for that guy then? If that's the
That's
case?
what he's asking. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to
That
see.
seems to be your question. I'm just
I got to see some video, Shane. You got to send in a highlight tape, and we'll see what we can get done.
There you go.
Recruit me at carolmerchants2026.com.
So Shane, we're saying you got a chance.
Slim, but
Slim, but a chance.
It's on the
Telling
table.
me there's a
It's on the
chance.
table.
So let's talk about a little bit your playing career. Mainly, I don't really care about the high school. We all kind of know anybody that's watching here in Carroll knows your high school, and we don't want to get your college buddies razzing you a little bit about living in your glory days. So your first year at Concordia was what year?
2019, spring of 2019.
Okay, so you went through the whole COVID pandemic there.
Yeah.
How
was
did that
my
work?
Sophomore year.
How did that work for you guys with your eligibility?
Yeah, so that's the only reason I still get to play yet this year. 2019 would have been my freshman year. Lost out on my sophomore year.
Okay.
Played junior, and last year would have technically been my senior year. And now I'm here because we played about.
I was going to say, your last game, you caught a no-hitter, didn't you?
21 games, yeah. We played 21 games that year. Finished off the season. Our first conference weekend, we were supposed to go to Briarcliff in Sioux City. We get on the bus, not having any idea if we we're actually going to be able to play that weekend. Everybody knows how it was back then. Rumors were swirling. Everybody was super scared of this.
Yeah.
Our conference was one of the last conferences in the country to shut it down. And it got shut down like right after we played our second game. So we played both our games that weekend, the first weekend of conference. We beat Briarcliff pretty badly.
Go Chargers.
The second game we played, I caught a no-hitter to finish off the season. We finished like 14-7 or something, kind of a lackluster start to the year that never finished. But yeah, it was interesting. We're on the bus ride there. We have no idea if we're actually supposed to play or not. Fans weren't allowed into the game, so they're tailgating
Really?
way
Yeah,
out.
we were
behind
up
the
in left
fence.
field, up on
On the
left
hillside
field.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
they're
what
up
you're
on
talking about.
they're up on the hillside. We had to. It was an interesting day, but yeah. So then season gets canceled. We all go home, and we get that extra year of eligibility back, and that's why I'm still sticking around in year 5.
You even taking credit hours like basket leaving 202 now or
We're close to
303?
that.
Yeah, so I finished up student teaching this fall, which was good. I student taught at Seward High School. Seward, Nebraska is where Concordia is at. So I just finished up 16 weeks of student teaching with high schoolers in PE and English, which is a pretty interesting combination. People are usually
That would
shocked
be,
when they say that. But this next semester, I've got taking yoga class. I'm taking a badminton class. I'm taking volleyball, all the good stuff.
So do
For
you
my
get,
PE degree. So
So he basically gets to go hit whenever he wants. And
exemptions because I'm sore, so I got to get in tonight. So yeah, get me out of this class.
yeah,
Absolutely.
something like that.
Dupes probably likes the yoga piece, right?
Yeah, it's great recovery day.
Yeah,
Great
flexibility
recovery day.
and
Yeah, a couple days a week.
probably some good female classmates too.
No comment. I have a girlfriend, so
Well, I got a ring on my finger, but as we say, you can always window shop. You just can't try it on. I know. This show is terrible, isn't it, guys? Yeah. So anyway, future plans. Besides 2023 summer, Carroll Merchants.
Yeah, 2023 summer. Starting off with Carroll Merchants. So it'll be my first head coaching job, which I'm really looking forward to. Super excited. Then after this summer, I'll go back in the fall of 2023, and I'll start being a graduate assistant coach at Concordia University. So for people who aren't super in tune with college baseball, there's usually 1 to 2 or so guys on a coaching staff that'll be taking master's classes and also having duties to coach on that college team. So that's what I'll be doing next year, getting my master's in coaching and athletic administration, and want to continue on in coaching collegiate athletics from there.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's kind of way you just got to get in somewhere and kind of work your way up.
For sure.
Pick the right positions and
Yep.
don't pick the dying JUCO in Esterville, Iowa that everybody goes to die. I'm an alumni, so I can say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, good for you. I hope 2023 Carroll Merchant season get you off in the right direction. And speaking of that, what can you tell us about the guys you and Ryan are bringing in?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Super pumped. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, the position player spots are full. We've got all our position players recruited. Still working hard to get pitchers on board. Not desperate enough to take on Nathan Buckaloo quite yet, but we'll keep the door open. But yeah, we got guys who are really dynamic players. I think we got a lot of guys who can run. We got a lot of guys who can hit. I think our outfield is going to be really exciting for people to watch. There'll be a returner out in the outfield that I think people will be happy to see back. Pitching wise,
His initials KB.
No.
Okay, I wondered how that was going to work.
Yeah, no. Kyle Berg did not make the cut. No, he's got an internship he's got to do this summer. But
good for you. We'll miss him.
Yeah, we will. He won't be around quite as much, but yeah, really excited about the guys we've brought in. I think from everything that their coaches have told us and everything that we've seen on video or statistics or whatever it is, a lot of high quality guys, a lot of guys that have a ton of experience and have succeeded at the collegiate level already, and also a ton of guys who are newer, younger guys with a ton of talent that just need to keep getting at bats and keep developing from there.
As far as recruiting goes, I mean, do you guys go out and try to say, okay, I'm looking at a 4-year university or college. Do we say, hey, this guy's not going to get many reps, maybe a varsity reserve guy. We don't really know much about him because he hasn't swung a bat at the college level, but his stats from high school are pretty good. I mean, does that go into your decision-making too, his past, if he's untested at the college level and just a guy that maybe, say, is 60 miles up the road and just needs a good place to play for the summer?
For sure. That's something that we definitely considered. We wanted to bring in high caliber players. Obviously, we wanted to bring winning baseball this summer was obviously a huge priority for us. We have taken some kids that are a little bit more local and need to get reps, but I think we tried to, especially with reaching out and starting as early as we did, being able to be kind of selective and take the guys who are going to be great fits for us and great players. But we definitely have some local kids as well. But it wasn't necessarily what we concentrated on the most.
Okay. So without spilling your hat here, because we're going to get on to that show later on in the year when we kind of have a better roster finalized.
You bet.
What are we talking about level-wise? Are we talking JUCO, NAIA, Division 2, 3, maybe a oneer if they're a guy like me that could have played Division 1 but never got looked at for some reason? But.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the really unique things about the roster that we've constructed so far is right now we've got a player from every single level of collegiate baseball. We've got a couple Division 1 kids. We have a handful of Division 2 kids, a couple of players at Division 3, some guys at the NAIA level. We have, and people don't know this, that there are 3 levels of junior college as well. There's Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3, and we've got somebody from JUCO Division 1, JUCO Division 2, and JUCO Division 3. So kind of wide spectrum of levels there, but all highly talented kids.
And Rod, this might be a question too for you to come in to answer, but we've had 1 year under our belt in the historical Mink League. It's a great league to be around. Leagues are competitive. It's nowhere near the caliber of the Northwoods League or the Cape Cod, Alaskan Baseball League, and we don't want it to be. This is kind of a league that these guys are going to go get a job someday and they're not going to be drafted. How do you sell yourself How does Coach Picard sell himself to say, hey, I'm an NAIA player. I've never been a skipper in my life, but I want you to come play for me.
Yeah, I think I would push back a little bit on the level of talent and competition. I think a lot of the guys that we've recruited have been borderline Northwoods guys. They're not the top of the line guys that are for sure going to play in the Northwoods, but we've recruited against some Northwoods League teams.
But how do we get more? Do we increase our NIL money, or is that what we do?
Yeah, we got to get a collective started up.
We talked to G-Man earlier today and said we got to start working on the NIL piece.
Yeah, I think he gave us a budget of about $5 so far. So
that got us a coach.
Yeah. But in terms of selling ourselves, I think a thing that is phenomenally valuable about Carroll is just the experience with the fans and the host families and the facilities has been a massive recruiting advantage for us. You send out pictures and videos of what the field looks like, what the crowds look like every night, telling guys that, there's going to be probably 500 plus fans in the stands every night when you come play. You're going to play on a legitimate professional level surface.
Shout out Scott Parcher.
Shout out Scott Parcher.
Absolutely. Scott, if you're listening, thank you.
You bet. Worked for Scott for 3 years. It was an awesome time. So everything that looks great on the field is Scott's, and everything that looks bad is probably something still lingering around that I messed up. But
Barry Bruner.
Yeah. Well, and so to add a couple of the points that Ben made, most people probably don't realize, but the college baseball playing experience, as far as fans go, if you're not at a Power 5 D1 school, you're going to have more fans in these games than you are at those games, because those games are basically parents and anybody that's local that's coming out to watch some baseball. But so the fan experience is a big deal to a lot of the college kids that you bring in, because they don't see that many fans at their original college games that they're playing in. Mm-hmm. The other piece that makes it a little difficult is we're more of a rural team, right? In the Mink League, yes. We're not around a metropolitan area, so you're not going to get the higher caliber guys necessarily that are living in the area, right? Because we just don't have that many guys that are either D1 or D2 players that are living in Carroll or the surrounding area, right? So we struggle to get some of those guys here, but the facilities and, like Ben said, the experience is what we have to sell, and it's a good thing to sell for sure. Until they get here, they don't realize it. We can show them pictures and that whole piece, but once they get here, I think you have a lot of players from previous years that have had great experiences, and capturing that, like in the hype video that we've sent out, I think is a big deal, right? I mean, people have had great experiences, and it's hard to get people to really understand it until they're here.
Carroll is a special place. There's no doubt about it. When you say you're in the middle of Omaha, Nebraska, Sioux City, and if you're a 19 through 22-year-old kid, why the hell do I want to go there? And I think the crowd is one of those things, at Iowa Lakes, Iowa's last chance college. Yep. Represent Division II JUCO baseball. My parents were the only two fans at most of the games. 45 minutes away, they drove up, and then one of the pitchers that was from Esterville, his parents there, but they were teachers at the high school, so they'd walk down and watch a couple of things on their break and go back up. But you're right. I mean, it was cold, brutal, no fans. I mean, you couldn't even get the volleyball players to come down and watch it. That's when you either A, sucked, or B, it was too damn cold to be playing baseball. But, I was kind of blown away last year, with it being my first time with Emergence. That first game we had, Memorial Day, we were pushing close to 900. Yep. You get much more than that place. That place is busting by its seams, and it's loud, it's fun. It's just a great, great atmosphere to be in, and hopefully we can continue to do that this year. And, there's one rule that I have: don't get 10 run at home. Okay, if you get 10 run, do it down in Joplin. No one knows about it. Just do it that way. So,
well, the other piece on the recruiting thing, and even in college athletics, it's not a perfect science, right? So when you get to the collegiate level baseball players that we are going to get and going to recruit, there's going to be a mix of, like what Ben said. You're going to have guys that have played, right, for their college team and want more reps through the summer. There's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be in that developmental stage yet where they're on a good program's team, but haven't gotten a lot of reps. And so they're going to be seeking out the summer experience to get those reps, right? So we have to bet on their ability to figure it out during the season here and get them reps, and hopefully we get the initial insight of those players right, and the coaches have told us the right things about their thoughts of those players and what their abilities are. And when Ben and Ryan are making their decisions on players, they've got a lot of vetting out of what they can of previous statistics in high school or video that they've been able to see or what have you. But it's not a perfect science by any stretch.
Sure. And sometimes, you just get kids that are bust. I mean,
Yep.
hey, you recruit them and, hey, this coach is saying this kid can do this and this. They come.
It's like last year, we had a lot of quality arms that could throw decent velocity. We just couldn't find the strike zone on a consistent enough basis to figure it out, right?
Well, part of that was your partner, right? With that what game, not to change subject here, but that wasn't the Chillicothe game, was it? The second game of the year?
As far as what? Where the strike zone was pretty
that,
small?
but we played to midnight, and then we went to extras.
Oh, that was early. Yeah, that was Chillicothe. It was early.
Is that the one you did?
No, I didn't umpire.
Oh,
that game.
okay. Thank goodness, yeah.
And I did the bases because Kyle was playing. I wasn't going to be doing the plate.
So he got told you're doing the bases, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so well, good. I'm glad the recruiting trail is going well for you. The pitchers, they'll come. I think last year it was one of those things where you couldn't get arms until damn near April or May till these coaches.
And that's going to happen
go
again. I mean,
Yep.
we talked about that this morning too.
Totally.
It's like, there's guys that are developmental guys that the coaches want them to come, but they may end up like not being in the mix right now to pitch for their college team a lot. But if there's some injuries and they end up pitching a lot, that may impact their ability to pitch a lot for us. So it's really kind of a waiting game until maybe February, March plays out, and they start to figure out how many innings some of their guys are going to throw, and then we'll get some contacts there again and fill out the rest of the pitchers. So
Great. Speaking of NIL, real quick, anybody at Concordia on NIL? Anybody selling cars for like the Honda dealer or anything?
Oh man, not that I know of. I know we have a concession stand item named after a football player, former football player. I don't know that he's making royalties on that, but no, Runza hasn't come in and demanded.
Runza, there we go.
Yeah, they're not bringing in the big bucks to Concordia NIL, so it's not quite as big of a thing at the lower levels.
Do you guys think that NIL could be retrofitted back if something is still in service that's today?
I can only imagine what you're thinking of, Shep, but I'm going to guess no.
Well, see, they put my picture on the bus of an Iowa Lakes, the team bus.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still on there. My wife's seen it. I'm not blowing smoke. It's out there. Other people have sent me pictures of it when they see it on the road. But to me,
that is
an
anti-recruiting tool.
No kidding. But you know what it was? So we had a lot of, forgive me, God. At Iowa Lakes, there's two rules. If you're white, you had to have good grades. If you're Hispanic, you better play baseball because that's what happened there. I had a really good relationship with my coach up there, and I doubt he'll see this, but his name's Jason Nell. And he coached in the Northwoods League quite a bit. And Nell was a good guy, but I could say stuff to him that no other player could. And he'd always bounce ideas personally off of me in that. And I think what it was the athletic director knew I was there basically for academics.
You're the GPA grinder.
Put it this way. We had drug testing. Okay. Random drug testing. Guess who got picked 8 out of the 9 months? That'd be me. I asked him one time, I said, random, huh? He all of a sudden pushes me into his office. I'm not making this up. Pushes me into the office. He goes, you think I'd have a job if I let randomness take its place? That tells you what we were kind of dealing with up there. But anyway, so I think they put my picture up there right where he got on the bus. That after I graduated, he had to look at me all the damn time. Every time he got on that bus. But that's my story. That's my war story. But anyway, so no NIL for Ben Berg.
No.
It's too bad.
No, yeah.
I don't have any money right now to give you anyway. No. Whitaker does. Single guy, lives up in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Spends a lot of time in tavern. gambles on Wheel of Fortune. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Whitaker, if you're watching, we had more than 20 on there. You're just on Facebook and not on YouTube. We were sitting at 31 at one time total views live, so that's pretty good. Considering I know your grandparents are probably watching, so there's two of them there, so we're to 32.
100%.
So, well, anything you want to add before we get into my fun time here, where we pit father against son?
Oh boy.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a ton else to add. I think I'm just really excited to get into this. I think it'll be a great experience. And excited for summer to roll around.
You've seen Billy Madison, right?
Yeah.
Remember when he goes to high school and then he comes back to the elementary school and the kid with the cheeks, stay here as long as you can. Kind of want to do that to you right now. Enjoy your senior year.
Yeah.
This will be here when you're done, regardless of where the NAIA season takes you. You know, we're going to be here. So you just take your time, have fun your last year playing.
Yeah. Super excited about that. First and foremost, it'll be a really fun spring for us.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Looking forward to that, and we'll keep an eye on that. And GPAC's not too far away. Maybe we'll get some merchants people showing up.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll see. I don't know. Is there any rules and fans there? I mean, the weather's nice.
No, go for it. Show up.
Shirtless people.
I think our only games in Iowa are in Orange City this year, so that might be a little restricted on the shirtless thing.
Northwest, they got some nice facility.
They
I mean,
really
that
do.
school
They
cost
really
to
do.
go to.
Yeah.
We always
won the football championship.
That's what I
national
seen. I couldn't
championship.
believe that. I didn't think that
They've
their
been-
football was that good.
Yeah, they've been really good for a while.
I think they got beat by Morningside last year in the championship, didn't
No,
Or was
Final
that-
Four, I think.
they? It was Final
Semi-
Four.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they got a hell of a nice facility. They were always one of our scrimmages that we did in the
Yeah.
fall. We usually played them in a home and yeah, I couldn't afford to go there though. What is that? Reform school?
It's a Dutch school
Dutch
similar to
Reform,
Pella.
Yeah.
Tulip Festival, baby.
Orange City, yeah.
And Pella.
They drink like Germans.
It was a dry campus. We never drank. On campus.
You were probably there though when it was legal
Our
drinking
campus
age.
is dry too.
That's Nebraska. Whole state of Nebraska is dry. That's probably. Were you there when it was 19 drinking age? Or is that your college years?
No. How old do you think I am?
No comment.
Okay.
So it was 21.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. Was that before or after? Just out of curiosity.
Before or after?
Your college days. Where is it? Drinking at 18 or drinking at 19? Was that before or after?
That was way before.
Way before. Okay. Oh, hell, you learn something new every day.
There you go.
All right, we're going to have a little trivia question here tonight. And those of you at
Awesome.
home,
You didn't share the questions?
I did not share the questions. You knew that.
That's
I sent you.
ridiculous.
I know. Anybody's at home, chime in here. We've got 10 questions.
Okay.
Half for baseball, half for Christmas. We're in the season of Christmas.
Okay.
I don't have any Kwanzaa questions or anything like that, so I apologize. But
We have a buzzer.
nope,
I
no
remember
buzzer.
last time there was some discrepancy on who could answer first, or it's all up to
Listen
your
here, Rob.
discretion, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
You're in my world.
Obviously.
All right. I'm not losing anybody, so that's good. Here I got all my old shows like Pat McAfee. I look at my questions here. Okay. Can't see that. That's for later. I'll start with baseball or Christmas first.
Hey, it's your show, man.
Okay. We're going to go right to the cutthroat of society. In 1979, this is a Christmas question.
This is you.
Women's,
I was 9.
I was negative.
you weren't even a twinkle in his eye.
No.
Women's groups, politicians, and senior organizations protested which Christmas song?
Baby, it's cold outside.
No, that's
No,
today
that's
with
today.
That's something
Yeah.
you saw. Yeah. That's, recent social media.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Oh my God.
See, they were protesting all the way back then too.
Wow.
Times have not changed any.
There you go.
We just hear about it more. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that one. All right, baseball. You guys should know this. When and between whom, two-parter, was the first World Series played? You can get half,
Let's go.
you get half the teams. I'll give you partial credit. You don't have to get the year.
I'm going to take a wild guess at the year 1908.
Close.
That would've been Cubs.
Yeah, you're close. Little.
06.
No, you're getting warmer. Head in the right direction.
04.
4, 2,
Gosh.
Between them.
2,
3.
1903. Okay.
You don't have to, just towns, just cities.
New York.
Nope.
No.
Brooklyn.
No.
LA.
One more guess.
Chicago.
No.
No.
Pittsburgh and Boston.
Wow.
I should have said
Yep.
Boston.
Wow.
Uncle Gary Smith got her. Gary, you're not Googling, are you, out there in Arizona? Plenty of time out there. Send some warm weather up this way, would you please? We're supposed to be negative 40 wind chills tomorrow or tonight. All right, let's go back to Christmas here.
Yeah, that was a flop.
Okay, every kid should know this. What vegetable allows Santa's reindeer to fly?
Carrots.
There we go. Okay. You ever leave carrots out for Santa?
Cookies.
Cookies and milk.
Cookies and milk.
No.
You know, I talked to Santa in the mall in Ames here a couple weeks ago.
Did you sit on his lap?
I did not sit on his lap. I offered
Probably
to, but
good,
he didn't
huh?
want me. But he had a nice bench. So Katie can attest to this. She was there. And we were talking a little bit, and I was trying to sweeten the pot. I told him I hadn't been very good. He said, well, you can atone for that. You have 2 weeks left, which I think I have been pretty good. Anyway, I asked him, can I sweeten the pot and bribe you any? And I said, whiskey, beer, or anything like that. You know what he told me? Milk will be just fine. So Santa's not a drinker, guys. Don't try it. All right. Back to baseball. What team has won 26 world titles?
26.
27 now, isn't it?
27 Yankees.
Yankees.
Yeah, 27. My facts are a
Yeah.
little outdated. Santa likes scotch and cigars. That's my kind of Santa. That's your typical mall Santa right there. All right. Christmas. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree?
Germany. I knew that one.
That secondary education major is really paying off.
There you
I'm
go.
pretty much over here.
Here we go. You'll get this one. Which player holds the record for the most home run and RBIs in the World Series history?
In World Series
History.
Hank Aaron.
No.
No. Man.
Not necessarily with the same team.
Nope. It can be just player. As many World Series as played in.
Series history.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I was going to say it's got to be a Yankee.
Nope. But was a Yankee, though.
Gehrig.
Number 7.
Mantle.
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. See, those were days we didn't get to watch. So, we get to
I
see
definitely
those.
didn't get to watch those ones.
In the song 12 Days of Christmas, not Jeff Foxworthy version, but the traditional 12 Days of Christmas, what is given on the 7th day?
Something singing. Swans
are
are singing.
Swans. Yep. Swans is swimming.
Swimming.
Swimming. Not singing.
Singing.
Swimming.
Swinging. Swinging.
So, being a baseball person, you should know Jeff Foxworthy's 7th one.
No, I don't.
7 packs of Redmond, 6 cans of Spam, 5 flannel
Is it
shirts.
6 cans of Spam, really?
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to have to go listen.
Yeah. You know, that's the sad thing. You know, I thought of this. I never heard this joke. So Jeff Foxworthy did say this. You might be a redneck if you can actually name the 12 redneck days of Christmas, but you can't say the 12 redneck days of the tradition, or 12 days of Christmas on the regular one. Where is the National Baseball Hall of Fame and
Canton,
Museum?
Ohio.
Cooper. That's
Or
football.
Cooper. That's football.
Cooperstown, Pennsylvania.
I was just looking at the football one because I was going to be in
brutal.
Ohio.
That's
That's
brutal.
why.
Do you
I was
remember
like,
about
tough.
40 minutes ago when I said your family's well reserved?
Yeah. I'm not
The brain function's starting to.
Hey,
deteriorate.
don't say that because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You
That's
got
right.
this genetics.
I get. Yeah, hopefully we got 20 or 30 years left till that starts happening. But
Straighten this kid out. All right, we're going to go back to baseball here because I'm just double checking all my list. We got 2 more questions here, so
Okay.
double or nothing. Which player has won the National League MVP 7 times? National League.
Bonds.
Yeah.
No. Pirates and the Giants.
Yeah. See, a little more in his area. All he did was watch TV growing up.
I'm not a big historian.
Yeah.
Like, I like the game, but I don't know all the stats and the names. And
Yeah, Barry Bonds is Barry Bonds is my guy. He's good stuff. Besides the whole steroid thing.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I guess that was probably.
it's not allegedly.
Yeah, he's a little.
Uh-oh. Mrs. Berg popping in. She
That's
is
right,
watching.
Yeah.
As she's ordering the Prevagen for me, probably.
I'll have them home soon here. I don't know if they'll make it one piece, but they might argue on the way back. But. All right, winner take all question here, and a secondary education major should figure this one out pretty good. Are Santa's reindeer male or female?
Jeez.
We got a 50-50 shot.
You got to use biology, ecology in your answer.
I'm going to say male.
I'm going male as well.
They have antlers, for Christ's sake.
Incorrect.
Wow.
You know what reindeer are, right? They're caribou.
Caribou. Okay.
Caribou, okay. So, and this one I would probably agree with you until Google corrected me, but male reindeer or caribou lose their antlers in November, while female reindeer keep their antlers through winter. Most descriptions of Santa's reindeer show antler, which means they must be female to guide his sleigh.
More, you know.
Another pointless piece of trivia.
Wow. Mom just called us dummies.
What?
It's a tough look.
Wow.
It's a tough look.
Female dummies.
I probably should have
That's what
ended
we
with
were
that
with.
one.
Yeah.
But,
Kind of flopped to the finish there.
yeah.
Oh, well.
Bonus big. Oh, here we go.
Nobody's going to know who this is but me in this room, probably.
Well, he can redeem himself here, Mr.
Do you know
Nathan.
Do you know who this is?
What's the...
Marcelo Meyer.
No.
Yeah, this is kind of an inside joke. Our fantasy baseball group chat was talking about the off season today and trades and stuff, and one of my buddies asked. We're both Red Sox fans, and it's not a great time to be a Red Sox fan.
They're not
this
spending
offseason.
any money at all.
No money. It's been pretty frustrating, but they do have this exciting young prospect who's 19 years old and single A. And I had a buddy today ask me why the Red Sox were so concerned about signing a shortstop for this year if they've got this Marcelo Meyer kid. And it's because he's 19. He's a couple years away. Nobody's gonna find that funny, except for Nathan Buckaloo, Nick Boyce, and Jake Fosgate. But yeah, Marcelo Meyer's not big league ready yet because he's 19 and just finished high school. But the more you know.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
name to look up. Drafted 4th overall.
If you get his baseball card, you might want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Angie? See that answer you just gave? He's articulate.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up here. Real quick, what's your opinion about Murray?
Murray,
He's got a big head.
He does have a big head. Big head.
Really big head.
Yeah.
Give us some history about Murray. How did Murray come to be? Do you know that?
Murray, we are releasing a biography here this spring on Murray.
Okay.
We tried doing a calendar, but people to develop it, it wasn't allowed. So Murray's head is so big. I will release this little information here. His head is so big because he used to work in a nuclear power plant. Okay. That's just a little bit of his. People think that it's pronounced Murray. It's actually Murray.
Murray.
He is French.
He's French.
But he did immigrate to the United States where he worked at 3 Mile Island. Okay.
Wow, this is going in the
exactly. Nobody thought this. Yep.
So how did he get to Carroll?
Well, long story short about that. That's coming up later.
Oh, can't let the cat out of the bag.
I can't let the cat out of the bag. Anyway, so Murray was a baseball player, believe it or not. Okay. 3 Mile Island was caused because of Murray, because he thought, well, if I put the baseball in the same reactor as my hand, I can create better baseballs that'll jump off the bat. Kind of like Sammy Sosa in the Corky days. Okay?
Gotcha.
Well, all hell broke loose at 3 Mile Island, and that was Murray's fault. And then the baseball became his head. And there you go. So France wasn't very known for their baseball.
Had to get out of there.
Had to get out of there. So he was playing out there in Pennsylvania, Okay. Playing amateur ball, trying to get discovered, and took a job. He needed money, so he took a job at 3 Mile Island. Rest is history. So that's part one. So he's actually pretty intelligent.
You got a teaser out there for the next
Yeah,
episode.
and that's why he
a little
doesn't
bit
talk.
more about Murray.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm Murray. Okay. I am not Murray. Okay. Let's just settle that debate right now. I am not Murray. Okay. I am his agent.
There's a lot of similarities.
There are a lot of similarities, but okay, a white male in his 30s weighing more than he is fatter than he is tall. That's most of America, is it not? I mean, we have a problem with that, especially this time of year, sweets and that. So anyway, we'll have more on Murray as we come forward. But Murray's a good guy. He's excited about the hire. He stopped by earlier today.
Oh, really?
He's got something for you.
Oh, okay.
And I'm glad you brought it up earlier that you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. She from Nebraska?
No, she's from Carroll.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, from Carroll.
Yeah.
Well, she probably knows Murray then, so it'll save you some time explaining.
Yeah, she's seen him around.
You want me to show the camera first, or do you want me to?
It's a big reveal. Let's see.
Oh, he gets an autographed photo.
So Murray dropped off an autographed photo from Mr. Berg. And I don't know if you can see at home, but it says, "Dearest Coach Berg, best wishes. See you this summer. XOXO,
Okay.
Murray."
So come here. Okay, stand right here. You're not Murray.
Okay, I'm thinner. Thinner, bulkier.
You had a tighter shirt on there.
Thinner and bulkier.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there you go. Pin that on your wall in your
Nice,
apartment when you
there
get
we go.
lonely.
yeah, I'll have to get that framed.
Yeah, Murray's too tight, you know. It's a shame Murray can't talk. Could you imagine if he could talk?
Could get in a lot of trouble, I think.
He could, but it could also save him. And hey, Jimmy Kimmel's got a freaking bowl game named after him. Can't we have like the Murray Mink League World Series?
I think you could do that. He doesn't have to talk to do that.
No. If you know anybody in St. Joseph, I think it'd be pretty funny if Murray hopped on the back of that Bronco.
It would be kind of funny. But I think it'd be kind of funny to see Murray driving the Bronco or the St. Joe van. Steal the van out of the parking lot.
When you said Bronco there, I was kind of concerned it was going to be a white Bronco, vintage, early 90s, with Murray in the back and Coach Berg driving.
The juice is loose. Huh?
Juice is loose. That's before your time, and you
Yeah.
picked up on that. So, anyway, well, hey, we're getting ready to wrap it up here, guys. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Keep coming back for this next after winter. Well, not winter. After the first of the year, we're going to get Coach Picard on. We're going to remote him in and talk to him. Got some other guests coming on. Some merchants, some not merchants, but Mink League related. So that'll be exciting. Be fun. I don't know if they're ready for me yet. I feel like I was really tight the last two, and I've kind of loosened up quite a bit after this one here.
I think
Yeah.
we loosened you up.
I think so too.
Might have been the Jameson we had before.
That could be. To Ed, Wilder family. Anyway,
Here,
yep.
Eddie.
But couldn't get the broken prop beer down. So I don't know how I like him, but anyway, nonetheless. Any final remarks, guys?
Nope, just excited to finish out the roster and can't wait for the summer to get here.
Yeah, you bet. Still working on pitching, but excited to see Merchants fans down there at the start of the year and excited to baseball product on the field. So
It'll be good. Tonight we're going to get 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be ground blizzard up here tomorrow. It'll be exciting to talk Merchants baseball and get out there. And we will be doing this live. And you and Picard are going to be talking to me during the season. We're going to do this outside and down there. And
You bet.
probably
Excited.
won't be on Restream just because this is a PC program. But we got internet down there. It'll be kind of fun. And get some of your players in here too. And
you bet.
record that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think another thing to just shout out to the people of Carroll that are watching, that anybody that's willing to host a player, it's a great experience. Got a lot of high character kids coming in, so great experience to develop a relationship with a collegiate baseball player and enjoy a lot of summer baseball. So
Absolutely. That's something we'll be talking after the first of the year too. We'll have our people on, Jen and Tara. They do a fabulous job. I got a speech impediment. Time to start drinking again.
Yeah.
But
it's Iowa Lakes education.
Iowa's last chance college. Anyway, Kwanzaa, whatever your beliefs in. Stay safe out there the next couple days up here in Iowa at least, and
Go Merchants.
go Merchants.
Yeah, go Merchants. Thanks for having us, Shep.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for making this fun. And to all those 22 loyal live streamers out there yet, thanks for putting up with us for an hour. And any questions, comments, feel free to comment. And if you want to make the show better, it's supposed to be goofy. It's not supposed to be serious like I do for my day job. Let's have a little fun with this and see where it goes. Again, we're signing off here from Broken Prop Studio. Again, we were with Coach Ben Berg and Rod Berg. And Ben, best of luck to you in this 2023 season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.